They're all engines right there. Man, 2 EMDs? Yes, sir.
Live action with Engineer Pat.
That's right, son.
Pat, my uncle lived in Colorado, and he used to be really big into trains.
Really?
Yeah, he lived in Boulder, and not too far from his house was a main thoroughfare where they would bring coal out from, I think, Wyoming.
Oh, yeah, that's out there. Oh, that was probably Santa Fe, or that was Burlington, Northern, Union Pacific, that area.
But he said they would come barreling through there, 50 to 70 miles an hour. It was pretty rural, and they would just fly through.
They fly.
So what's on this one? Where's it coming from? Where's it going?
I'm trying to look at some of the cargo now. This is a manifest train that's coming from the south and coming up north toward Richmond. And he's big today. This is probably, let me think. It's Q410 or 416, I think, or maybe 300. I'm not sure.
So what type of stuff would go in the car that looks like that kind of white one?
Oh, the covered hopper right there?
Yeah.
Lots of different things.
Okay.
Corn, grain, pesticide, fertilizer.
And then how about these tube looking ones?
The tube-looking ones are called tanker cars.
So that's just...
They are used to haul flammable liquids.
Mm-hmm.
And as a matter of fact, they can also transport wax, like if you remember Cradle of Crowns when you were a kid. They transport wax, even dish soap.
Wow.
Like Dawn dish soap they use in your kitchen.
In that?
Well, it depends on the tanker. Like you see the little red sticker on there, that means there's something flammable like propane, liquefied petroleum gas, regular gasoline, diesel fuel, you name it.
Okay.
Benzene is another chemical that will be in these tankers as well. I believe this is on the CNO leg. Yeah, this is the CNO leg.
I like the hopper you guys got.
Thank you.
See, this is literally the awesome view in Richmond here.
We still need another one for this one.
And see, here he goes. He's looping around the other side. You can take a look. See, he's going by the station right now.
Yeah.
Come back to the... Oh, there's an oldie right there. Look at that boxcar right there. It's got the blue paint on it. You see it?
How old is that one?
That's got to be at least 40 years old. That's a Rock Island boxcar. You see the hoppers more than you do the boxcars.
Dang.
And when you see mixed trains like this, you'll find a railroad that doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, like on the side? Like the logos
Yeah,
and
you'll
stuff?
still see the reporting marks on the side, but then of course you'll see the new owner with a little patch on it. There's one of your boxcars right there. Yeah, this has got to be 416 or Q410.
Pat, what do you think about like the graffiti that you see on some of these? Does that mess up like the markings and make things harder?
They've been some that the graffiti has been covered up and they've had to paint them back on the car.
Mm.
And see, there's a boxcar right there. It looks like fairly new out of, I think they did it at Huntington. I'm not sure.
This is a pretty long one.
This is a pretty good size going into Richmond.
So Pat, what do you think about rail fanning from the apartment? Pretty cool. Huh?
This is great because, see this? I mean, you can literally look at the trains all day long and would never get tired of it.
We don't.
I mean, even though it's CSX.
Even though it's CSX, I mean.
Yeah, of course, it's always CSX. Because CSX, in fact, used to be headquartered here as well. Used to be somewhere downtown they used to be headquartered at.
But they're not headquartered here anymore.
No.
But they used to be headquartered.
Used to be until 2003. Then, of course, they moved down to Florida.
In Jacksonville?
Yep, Florida. Or
Florida.
Florida. And Norfolk Southern is
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Atlanta. And you guys are welcome to talk if you want to.
They left Norfolk. That's
Oh,
a shame.
there you go. You got some lumber on the train. Check that out.
Oh, we got lumber?
Is that the one wrapped in the white plastic?
Very good, Mr. Jet.
Yeah.
That's lumber that you would see at Lowe's or True Value, you name it.
How about that True Value in Windsor?
Yeah. And you even got those little hoppers right there. That one is, I think it said Roanoke Cement, I think. You got rocks in that gondola right there. You can see it from here. Actually, that looks like scrap metal. There's an empty center beam as well.
This is a fat train.
Yeah, you probably see about 150 cars on one of these things. And the reason it goes so slow is because they're almost to... Oh, look, there's even one going over there too. You see it?
Where?
You see the tanker cars right there? You see the lights?
Oh, are we about to see dual action?
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit right here.
Yeah, you see in the back? over
Yep,
here?
yeah, he's going in the Fulton to do his crew change.
So is that one going to come by here, or that's going to go?
I think this will go into Fulton from that direction.
Okay.
And so you've got this one here taking the right. That one's coming from the other side.
Ooh.
From the other side.
Beck, you see this? No, there's two.
There's two of them. YouTube, I don't know if
gotta
you
get
can
up
see
here.
that or not, but you can see there's some tops, some
Come
tankers right there. I'll move a little bit where you can
So
see it.
on the back.
This is all from my
back there,
friend's
you see
apartment.
The black ones.
The tanker cars, it's a whole string of tankers. That is a unit ethanol train going into Richmond.
Kind of in the back.
This is just impressive. I ought to come up here more often.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is just great.
You see, like right above, like the line of that apartment building right there.
Yeah.
There's like a line of all black ones going,
All black tankers.
all black tankers, and they're gonna go right
Oh,
there.
they're going that way and not going
Yeah, it's two different sides. It's two different sides to the Y. Oh, look, there he is right there. There it is.
Oh, they're
Oh,
coming
wow.
here. Oh,
CN
baby.
power too.
Oh man.
Oh, man, two brand new units right there. Guys, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's two CN units right there. Sorry, I got blocked, but you happen to see a little bit of it.
Oh man. So does that mean that one isn't going to Fulton?
I don't really know that much. I think that one might have come out. He's probably going to go take the A line and go south. I'm not sure. So now you've got a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1 if you think about it. And you got another flat car. All just from your apartment.
Yeah, there's a lot of action.
I've never seen that before.
See, this is pretty neat.
I've never noticed, like, you can see the ones back there, you know, that we showed, like, right over the line. I've never noticed that. And then there's another one right there under
under the bridge.
yeah, that I just noticed today as well. Because Pat was calling out that they were rolling coal. And I was like, I don't see anything. And then it was back there.
Yeah. And that might have been the ethanol train that had just pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
It might have just been that one, so we were just lucky. And you're sitting right here enjoying your own coffee.
Just a nice pot of Joe and some dual
There you,
action.
yes, got some dual action this morning. And there's the end of the manifest train. And now you got the ethanol train going to finish up. So there's your two trains, and hopefully we'll be able to get more later.
This is a good start.
This is. And we haven't even been anywhere. See, this one's moving at a pretty good clip. 'Cause I think he's just going straight through.
Where would he be headed?
Oh, now that I don't know.
But that's headed south.
Yeah, from this point, he's going south. This is just legit.
What do they have to do to clean those cars for different cargo?
What do you mean by clean? Like wash them up and stuff?
Yeah, if you have Dawn in one, and the next time you want to put petroleum in it, what do you have to do?
Well, you can't mix chemicals, obviously. Every tanker serves a different purpose.
Oh, so it's continually gonna.
It has to be continually in
like oil, and then like
oil.
Dawn.
Like if it's oil, it has to be oil. If it's soap, it has to be soap. You know, you just can't mix chemicals. And there you have it. Some dual action here in Richmond. More to come, guys. Hopper train here on CSX on the CNO leg of the famous Richmond Cripple crossover.
What's this one?
I don't know, but these hoppers came out of news. Newport News. Yes, sir.
They were cool. You'd be able to see mounds of
Oh,
material
yeah.
on the top.
Yeah, you would see coal on top. This one's going west back to the mines.
So this is empty, ready to be loaded.
Hoppers, yep. When I say hoppers, it just means empty.
Okay.
And then they'll take the hoppers up there, and then of course another load will be coming back at whatever time.
Seems expensive to pull just empty hoppers.
I don't think it is.
Really?
And there's some of the newer cars they bought, Ethan, with the black CSX lettering. There's some of the newer ones they've got a few years ago. And those are rotary guns. You see the bottom of the hopper that looks round?
Yes.
They call them rotary guns, but take a guess what else they call them.
Bottom loader? I have no
Bath gun.
Bath?
Like a bathtub in your house.
Ah. What's that thing at the bottom do?
It allows it to have more room for coal.
Oh, so that's just extra cargo space.
That's more coal that's carried by every carload. And CSX has been pulling a good amount of hoppers out of Newport News, is what I was told.
So is this, when they go back to Newport News loaded, is that for export? They're going to ship it overseas?
Yeah, the coal will go overseas, just like Norfolk Southern does. Because the coal pier you see over there in Newport News, that was the old CNO pier,
Ah.
the old Chesapeake and Ohio pier. And I think that's owned by somebody else, I think. See, this is the perfect shot.
Yeah, this is an incredible view here. We made it right in time.
Yeah, bud. Boy, oh boy. And sometimes you might even see distributed power as well. Additional units on the back and on the front.
So they'd have an engine car on the back.
Sometimes they'll have an engine in the middle or sometimes at the end. It just depends.
Now, it looks like this thing's pretty slow. It slowed down all of a sudden. Are they going to stop?
They got to stop in to change crews.
So where will they change crews?
Fulton.
Where?
Fulton.
Bolton?
Fulton. I believe that was the CNO yard. And ACA was the old RF&P yard. Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac. And they were interchangeable.
So there used to be all sorts of mom and pop railroad companies. That
There
eventually
were
just
a
got
lot of
bought
companies
out by
back
bigger
then.
and bigger guys.
Exactly. This is incredible. I rarely get any hopper or coal trains on CSX.
Really?
I rarely get them. Yeah, he's slowing down to get in the yard for his crew change, but then he should be a stop and swap, and then he'll keep on going. But this is a good hopper train coming out of Newport News today.
turnaround look like? How long will it take to get this thing back to before news? They've already got the cold process and just waiting to go? Or?
I think they just keep digging it up and then they fill it up when the hoppers come in. It all depends on crew availability. That one had 4 engines up front, so you might not have a DP. That's distributed power.
I think all 4 up front were operational. And what was the terminology? DT?
DIT.
DI2?
DIT. Dead in tow.
Dead in tow.
That means the engine is not running. It's just riding along for the ride. Now, that's sort of the way I put it. The exactly perfect view.
Now, if they shut the engine off, but don't apply any brakes, how long will that continue to coast? Will it go for miles?
Air has to slack. Well, if you think about that. Well, air hoses are hooked up no matter what. It has to be hooked up because if one side of the train does not give brakes, it will go out of control. And that's one thing you don't want to happen. And this is why I've always wanted to come rail fan this side, because of all the photographic opportunities you can get. Definitely worth the trip. Man, they put a good one together today. I'm surprised they pulled a set of empties out on Sunday.
What's the lifespan on one of these hoppers?
It's kind of hard to tell. Some of those have been probably 5-6 years old. Now, an average locomotive life for a General Electric locomotive, about 25 years. Electromotive division, EMD locomotive, it'll last you a lifetime. It all depends on how they were built.
So the airline for all of these cars all goes back to the engine.
Very good, Mr. Jet.
So there's enough compression up there to apply brakes for every single one of these.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
It is. I mean, the air compressor on a locomotive is like the one you have in your shop. Like you used to power air to like a nail gun or something like that. Because that will generate about 120 PSI.
How much do these do?
I think the standard is 120.
120.
120. Because when the engineer applies the brakes from the engine, it goes throughout the locomotives and all the cars. And that's why there's piping underneath the car, and then plus see you got the air hoses right there that take the air from car to car. And of course you got the coupler that joins them up. Man, they put some serious time in putting one of these things in. This might be 2 trains into one.
How many cars, you guess?
Probably, hopefully about 150. Tell you one thing, the mines are going to be busy for a while loading this bad boy. And see that's where the paint's chipped off.
Oh yeah, that one needs attention, definitely.
Yeah. It also depends on how it's painted too.
How often do people hitch a ride on this?
I don't know. You can look at the view I'm getting with the video if you want. It is, and plus when you get a car coming underneath the truss or people on a bike, you're seeing extra activity. I love images like that.
It just keeps going and going. So
Oh.
someone spray painted 2015, so that one's been in 2016. That one's been in service for at least 4 years.
Yeah. Actually, they did put in a recent order too for some of those hoppers with the blue and the yellow letter, because blue doesn't fade as fast. Look at this.
You know how much one of those can hold fully loaded? How many tons?
Now that I'm gonna have to do a little research. I mean, every hopper is different. I mean, Norfolk Southern actually rebuilt some hoppers back in the 90s, and of course they bought those are aluminum guns. Aluminum guns are supposed to last longer. They don't rust out as bad as what I've been told. But hey, they move America's cargo.
Yeah, they do.
And the 4 set of engines, that's a quartet. Like barbershop quartet. That's the way we say a quartet of GEs. Or a trio, or a pair, or a solo leader. That's some of the terminology we call them.
Is 4 normally as many as you'll ever see?
I've seen some with 5 or 6 engines.
All up at the front.
Yeah. And some of them are just being transported to different yards. Some of them are being used to actually pull the train. You know, it depends on, it just depends. And here comes NT train now, it's all head and power, HEP.
Now coming back, will they need one in the rear? Fully loaded?
Maybe, because they've got to go over the mountains. Well, that was a good catch.
That was a nice one.
A classic CSX hopper train. A set of news empties. Oh yeah. Friendly wave. Nice. Loads for news, baby. Let's roll that coal down to Maine as he'll head east to Newport News. Here we go. Whew. Should have a couple in the middle. This is what I call a big old coal train. Engines in the middle yet too. Now Notice that empty spell is here in Richmond. Let's lean back. Here we go. Oh yeah. Got 2 this time.
Make sure they're empty.
Yep. Look on the other end. You see the inside of it. It's aluminum. You see the inside of the car? There's nothing in them. That's the second set of empties just today.
Busy up.
They're gonna be busy this week. Here he comes looping around the curve as he will go into Richmond. Impressive. Just impressive. Very, very impressive.